I think there is a slight body dysmorphia that you get, you know, after training so hard, and you'll never be perfect. You know, I think you'll never be perfect and satisfied in your own mind, because you're always going to point out something personally that you want to fix or something you want to improve. So I definitely had, yes, for sure, definitely had body dysmorphia after that. But, you know, it's so hard to walk around in that shape, you know, to kind of keep that with the diet and real life and traveling. It's just so hard to keep up with that.
Yeah, and I saw yesterday the shirt that you were wearing. It was kind of tight.
I started, you know, the trick is you just buy everything is one size smaller, you know, and you're good to go.
Yeah. Now, what do you think is worth fighting for in life?
What other things worth fighting for? I mean, it's a lot. I mean, I was saying it so much, but like, you know, I want to say family, but it's such a multi-layered, you know, kind of answer. I mean, me personally, like, I like to feel like I'm not a provider, you know what I'm saying, a protector, you know, for like, you know, the people that I care about. And family doesn't just mean, you know, your brother and your sister, you know, your cousin, your aunt. That's people that you really care about, you know, like that are around you, that support you through thick and thin. And those are the people that, you know, at the end of the day, they're going to be there, win, lose, or draw. And that's kind of the people that I really fight for.
Well, just like Donnie, you had to work really hard to get where you are today, and you're very successful. And I just want to know, like, where does that drive come from?
My parents. I think, you know, it starts with them, you know, just laying down that foundation growing up, and, you know, seeing my mom and, you know, work, you know, several jobs. My dad worked several jobs to make sure, you know, my family was, you know, was cool, and sacrificed so many of their dreams and put their, you know, their desires on hold to make sure the kids were okay. And I think, you know, that's a lost art nowadays, you know, within, you know, a lot of family structures and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think I get a lot of my drive from them. Just, you know, you work hard, you know, and you have faith in what you're doing, and, you know, and in hopes that things will work out, and, you know, that's kind of how I approached it.
You know, Donnie, he grew up, he was a poor kid, and then all of a sudden he had all this money, and he didn't necessarily feel comfortable with that, but you're kind of in the same position because, you know, you're a successful actor right now. How comfortable are you with that?
With the success?
With just everything that comes with it.
It
must be a little bit overwhelming.
It is very overwhelming, and it's like you know, I'm not, you know, an actor because I want to be seen. You know, that's not where it comes from. So all the byproduct of being successful in this craft comes with all the attention and, you know, and all the extra stuff. And yeah, I mean, it's a day at a time, and it's a learning process, you know, and, you know, slowly seeing your privacy slip away, and, you know, change the way you move, the way you think, the way you navigate the world. And it's a process, and it's kind of like the biggest, you know, challenge for me so far, and I'm getting through it. I got good people around me that are like helping me out a lot with it, so I'll deal with it. Yeah.